Hello. So before I wash my face, I don't want to waste the makeup. So tonight I had a child-free night. I've been a good mom for a few days consecutively, obviously. But so tonight I had a child-free night, and I decided to use that night and reconnect with an old friend. And this particular old friend, I have known him since elementary school, actually. He's been pretty consistent in how he is in my entire life, as long as I've known him. So he's known me from childhood also. He's like known my mom, known my sisters and things like that. So this is not a date. But still, this story is very interesting. We meet at a restaurant. He doesn't drink, I do drink. But I'm not a slush. So I get one drink at a restaurant, a sangria that takes me all night, and I get freezer, what is it called? I don't know, burnt, like frostbite on my tongue. That's regardless. I tell him a very specific time. I take the time. I do like to dress up and put consideration into what I wear. Like if I'm not at work, I'm not the type to be in leggings and a bonnet. No offense to those people. The universe needs those people, but that's just not me. So I'm just wearing like a dress and some stockings and some boots. I look nice. And so I tell him a certain time, and I know I'm a little bit I'm like 5 minutes late. Because for one, if we're not walking in together, I do believe that it's always something extra about a woman kind of coming in after the gentleman, and he's already sitting down, because I like the idea of him standing up as I walk up to the table. I think that's a good sign. And granted, this is not a date, but it still speaks about a man's character to me, which I'm really looking at. So I get to the restaurant at like 7:35. After I've already confirmed at least an hour beforehand. I was like 7:30 for sure. He's not there. And I'm already 5 minutes late anyway. He's not there. He texts me. So let's say I'm there at like 7:34, 7:35. He texts me at 7:34, 7:35, like I'm just walking out the door. This bothers me for some reason, because I'm already late. And I don't know, there's just something about it. It just feels a little frustrating. But it's fine. So I'm like, that's fine. I decided to stay and wait, grab myself a single one margarita. And if he's not here by the time I'm done with my margarita, then I'm gonna leave, because I owe him nothing. This is not a date. And my time is also valuable, So, so I'm at the table for maybe 10 minutes or so. He comes in. I'm the one sitting down. He walks up, standing up. There's something about that. Maybe that's what it is. I expected to be the one walking up to the table, and he stands up to greet me. That felt a little non-gentlemanly. I don't know. It says something about his character for some reason. It says something. He comes, and he is, pleasant conversation, a couple of jokes. We're just catching up. It's not really a big thing. This is still very casual. This is not a date. But, and he's, he pays for everything, whatever I want, which is great, which I do appreciate. And so I do enjoy this guy's company. And I do think for friendship purposes, sure, I just need to know better about how you maneuver in time. But I still got to keep an eye on him, because one outing does not necessarily make a friendship either. I don't like to overeat. He eats to the point that he first off, he shows up in a swishy tracksuit. So being late was already a red flag. Swishy tracksuit. I know this is not a date, and this is not a fancy restaurant, but this is still like a nice enough setting that you could have put on real pants. Plus, you were already late. You couldn't put on real pants. So he's wearing his swishy tracksuit. And I'm wearing, just a nice dress and stockings, and not inappropriate. Everything's, just very modest, but very nice. That bothers me. it's just like you didn't care at all. You didn't care at all. He eats to the point that he loosens his sweatpants bottom, like the drawstring, or at the dinner table, and he rubs his belly a little bit, says he's got itis. This is another red flag. He did walk me to my car. That was very nice. And like I said, he paid for the dinner. And I would be open to, like, just for the sake of some, like, good old laughs. And he's not easily offended, so he can handle my sense of humor, my sarcasm. You know, I get that. But, and the crazy thing is, he was a crush when I was a kid. This is what happens sometimes when you meet your crush, guys. And I was very awkward. I was very gangly, skinny, no boobs. And I grew up. I'm still skinny, not as gangly, but you know, this is what happens sometimes when you grow up and you run back into your crush. I haven't seen him in years. So he has put on a little bit of weight. He's not fat, but he put on some weight. He just, it's just not. And so that happened to me today. I don't know how to interpret this, and I think I just need some extra help. And I wanted to put it together and put it out there. And I would really like some extra thoughts. Is there any other red flags? I mean, I counted a few, and I just need to know if I'm missing something. So please input, advise, and I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I feel like the bar is so low sometimes that I'm offended that when they offend me, because I feel like the bar is so low, like wear real clothes, not loosen your pants at the dinner table. That bothers me. Anyway, any help would be helpful. So there's that. Thank you for